What's up, guys? Dom Hypnotist here. In today's video, I'm going to show you the 3 most powerful techniques that you can use to instantly get rid of your anxiety. Now, before I get in the video, I just want to state I'm not a doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, so make sure you consult a doctor before going through any type of mental health issues, okay? So let's jump into it. So the first technique I want to share with you is pretty powerful, and it's going to allow you to get out of your head and come into the present moment, and that is holding your breath. Now, most of the stuff you see about anxiety is deep breathing. And yes, deep breathing will help you. However, holding your breath is what you really want to do. And here's why. You see, when we are holding our breath, it signals to our mind that there's something wrong, right? There's something we need to do to focus on the present moment so that we don't die. And so what happens when we hold our breath is our mind goes, hey, Dom's not breathing. Let's forget about the future, forget about the past and everything going on in our mind, and let's come into our present body so we can start breathing again so we can survive. So think about it like this. Let's say that you're sitting on your couch and you're worried about stuff you have going on in your life, your career, your relationship, your health, or whatever. And then suddenly, as you're sitting there creating this anxiety in your mind, somebody breaks into your home. Well, what's going to happen to all the problems you have going on in your mind? They're going to go away, and you're going to come into the present moment to deal with the threat at hand. And so it's the same thing here. When you hold your breath, your mind goes, hey, we have to deal with the threat in the present moment. And so it'll come back into your body and forget about the future and forget about the past. Now, when you breathe out, you'll feel a sense of releasing the stress and the anxiety you're holding on to, just like if that person that broke into your house, well, if you ward them off and you get them away, you're going to feel a sense of calmness come over your body like, oh my God, I did it, right? Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Now that's the number 1 technique. Number 2 is slowing your heart rate down. So you can actually do this by simply talking to your mind to allow your heart rate to go down. Now, if you've ever seen my video about how to raise your metabolism, that's actually increasing your heart rate and increasing your metabolism using your mind. So what we're doing here is we're doing the exact opposite. So we're going to actually do this together. Now, if you're listening to this in your car or anything like that, obviously don't do this. You can still listen to the whole thing on how to do it and then do it later on. If you're watching this and you want to feel what this feels like, go ahead and do this with me, all right? So close your eyes and just take a deep breath in. Hold it and breathe out. Perfect. Now, I just want you to pay attention to how you're feeling right now. Pay attention to your surroundings and everything that's going on in your body. And I want you to notice what your heart is doing right now. Notice how it's beating. Just pay really close attention to it. And now we're going to slow your heart rate down. So just listen to me and do this in your mind. Subconscious mind, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down. Subconscious mind, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down. Subconscious mind, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down. Now notice as I'm speaking to you, you're starting to feel a sense of calmness and relaxation come over your body. And that's because we are slowing your heart rate down. We'll do a little bit further. Subconscious mind, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down, slow my heart rate down. Perfect. Now open your eyes and notice how you feel. You feel a lot calmer now than you did a couple minutes ago. Now, for those of you who had the little watches on or the little strap, you will actually see, I've done this with people so many times I can't even count. You'll see your heartbeat per minute start to drop. So that's number 2. And number 3 is my favorite, is changing the images that are in your mind. You see, all anxiety is we're thinking about events in the future that haven't happened yet. We're anticipating something and we're anticipating it going wrong. So let's say you have some financial trouble going on, or you have a networking event coming on, or you have a date or whatever. What you're doing when you start to feel yourself giving yourself anxiety is you're starting to get an image in your mind of that thing going wrong. So go ahead and close your eyes again. And what we're going to do is we're going to discover where you are projecting these images. Okay. So I want you to think about something that is giving you anxiety. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So it could be something small. And as you start to think about something that's giving you anxiety in your life, I want you to notice, where are you seeing this picture at? Is it directly in front of you? Is it somewhere like kind of diagonally off to the left? Is it somewhere off to the right? Is the picture behind you? Where are you seeing this image in your mind? Perfect. Now notice where you're feeling the anxiety in your body. Most likely it will be in your chest, in your throat. You may even start to feel your palms start to sweat. Just notice where those feelings are. Now I want you to notice the image that you're seeing is you anticipating something bad happening, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. I want you to imagine as if you're floating up outside of your body. So float up outside of your body. Now just pretend like you are. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I want you to imagine you're floating up nice and high, and I want you to float over to where this picture is. So if it's in front of you, float ahead. If it's to the left, float to the left, to the right, etc. Now, as you're floating over to this event, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine like you're floating past it, like you're above the event, you're floating past it. And I want you to pretend or imagine in your mind that you are 15 minutes past the successful completion of the event. And then I want you to imagine like you're turning around, you're facing back to now. And make sure you're seeing the successful completion and you're seeing yourself in this event. Everything's fine, everything's okay. Now notice where the anxiety is now. It's gone, isn't it? Now for the few of you, maybe it's still there, that's okay. You just have to go out a little bit further. So not necessarily right when it's done, but 15 minutes past the successful completion of the event. Make sure you're seeing the successful completion. Perfect. Now notice where the anxiety is now. It's gone, isn't it? Wonderful. Now open your eyes and think about what you had for breakfast. It's that easy, guys. Now here's the thing. The reason you're starting to predict those images in your future going wrong is based off of past experiences, right? If we have to speak in front of a group of people and we get really nervous, well, that gets stuck in our subconscious mind if you don't know how to release it. By the way, if you want to know how to release that kind of stuff, you could book a consultation with myself or my team. But aside from that, if you're starting to have events from your past start to pile up, you will naturally start to project and predict that a similar event is going to happen in your future. So what you're doing by changing that image is you're changing what that means to you. So here's what you have to do. Practice this a little bit every day. As soon as you feel the anxiety come up, hold your breath, calm yourself down, and then go out into the future seeing the successful completion. And then what will happen is you will automatically start to do that in your mind. So when a negative event pops up, you'll know, hey, I'm seeing something bad. Let me go out in the future and see the positive outcome of this event. And after you do that a few times, it'll just happen automatically. So if you know about the 4 stages of learning, the first stage of learning is unconscious incompetence, which means we're unconscious, we're not aware. Incompetence, we're doing something wrong. And so before you guys watch this video, you didn't know what you're doing wrong, right? You didn't know you were projecting images in the future. But now you know, and which graduates you to the second stage of learning, which is conscious incompetence. So incompetence, you're doing something wrong. Conscious means you're aware of it. So from here on out and for the rest of your life, you'll always know, hey, if I'm giving myself anxiety, it's because I'm visualizing something going wrong, but at least you can identify it. Then the third stage of learning is what's called conscious competence. So competence means we're doing something correctly, and conscious means we're aware of it. So right now you had to close your eyes, you had to go out in the future, turn around, you had to go out further and further. So you had to consciously make an effort. And this is where most people give up. This is where the rubber meets the road. People don't do the conscious practice of it and they go, oh, I just want this to happen automatically. And then they go back into their old ways. So I want you to persist through the conscious competence. It only takes a little while. And then once you do that enough, you practice enough, you'll graduate to the 4th stage of learning, which is unconscious competence, which means competence, you're doing it correctly. Unconscious means you don't even know it, right? So like me, when I used to have anxiety, I didn't know what I was doing wrong. And then I figured out what I was doing wrong. And once I figured out what I was doing wrong, I started to practice doing it right. And now I hardly ever get anxiety. Like it has to be something really, really, really bad or something that will actually threaten my life for me to get scared. All right, guys. So do me a favor. If you're having trouble with any of these exercises, comment down below. I'll respond to you to help work through it. And if this did work for you, do me a favor as well. Comment down below so that the other people who are watching this can see, hey, this stuff actually works. All right, guys. So if you want to learn more about anxiety and different aspects of your life, guys, check out different trainings I have below, different free emails, free links that you can click on. And then also, if you want to schedule a free Zoom hypnosis consultation with myself or my team, there'll be a link down below for that. And if you don't find it, it's because I stopped doing one-on-ones in the future and I took those links away. So if you're watching this now, take advantage of it while you can if it's still down there. And we'll see you guys in the next video.